most famous playwrights and writers, John McKenna, is knee-deep in rehearsals for his new play, Lucinda Sly. We went along to see how he's getting on.
You love it over here. In the summer, the air is as clear, and as the clearest air you'll ever breathe. Isn't it great to see people work? Keeps them out of trouble. Stops them from getting children. And this is what it's like coming to me. Did you ever see anything or anywhere so?
We're here with John McKenna, who is the director of Lucinda Sly. John, thanks for speaking to me.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
About Sly, what made you want to write a play about it?
I just think it was the fascination of the fact that there were so many things. One, I just moved to Carlow in the last 2.5 years since Angela and myself got married, and I just was fascinated by her character, because we're talking about somebody in 1835, a woman who was independent, who was strong, who was determined, and the story itself has everything. It has religion, it has land, it has sex, it has violence, it has a love triangle, and it has what finally happened, that public hanging, which in itself was something that drew 10,000 people to Carlow in 1835. And not just the public hanging, but the fact, as she says in the opening of the play, the fact that the hanging was botched, that it took her 9 minutes to die. All of those things were kind of fascinating, because I thought everything, all human life is in this story of Walter and herself and John Dempsey and Lily Mackesy and the other characters who people the story. So really it was kind of one you couldn't walk away from, because it's just so full of theatre and so full of drama.
Everyone in the village has been talking about the new lady in the Sly household, but none of them has met you or even seen you. And I'm sorry my father's not here to meet you. He was called away.
Well, I'm sorry to have missed him. Pleased to have you at your acquaintance. Do like your dress.
This old thing. Thank you. You made it yourself. I did. Not many dress shops in this place. Shall we sit in the garden until tea is served? I'd like that.
We're here with Marion Brophy, who's going to have a chat with us about the part she's playing, Lucinda Sly. Marion, thanks very much for speaking to me.
Thank you, Claire.
Tell me, how is the part going? Tell me a little bit about Lucinda Sly.
Well, last woman hanged in Carlow jail, and it was for the murder of her husband. It's really a fascinating story, because there's nothing about it is straightforward. There's a lot of intricacies within the story, and I think Lucinda Sly is probably one of Carlow's best known ghosts, so they say at times, if not the only ghost in Carlow. But a very complicated story, but a great story, very interesting. And John's play has really brought the character to life, and has worked, with the cast members and developing characters and all like that.
Oh, it's just like the old days, Walter.
But it's not like the old days. I got a millstone around my neck and it's dragging me under like them poor little fortunes that pulled out of a barrel.
Maybe I shouldn't say, but that Jack Adams Connors told me what he saw, them in the cowshed, and she was touching Dempsey's shaft through his trousers. And I told you what I seen when I passed in your house the other night, her and him on the floor without a stitch on them. Or maybe you should just throw the pair of them out in the road, Walter. Be shut of them for good.
It'll come to that if we can kill the pair of them first. I want to catch them in the act. But not before lambing's done. I want to get me worked out at Dempsey. And then I'll blow their heads off. Bastards.
Walter, come here now. Come here to me. Do you feel that heart beating? It will always be beating for you.
I'm here with Stephen Casey Bracken, who is playing the part of John Dempsey. Stephen, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good now, thank you.
Good. Tell me, how did you get involved in it?
Well, basically, the director, John McKenna, is friends with a guy I know from the town. So I just finished acting college, and this particular person actually gave me a call. And so I met John, the director, for a cup of coffee, and kind of talked about the play. And he said I suited the part, so that's pretty much it, yeah.
Lily Mackesy's pens
Well, that's certainly gearing up to be a great play. And if you're looking for tickets, you can contact the George Bernard Shaw Theatre as they're selling out fast. Now, I'm afraid that's